So you've got your self-directed IRA where you're able to invest in real estate and private lending, but you want to do some public stocks and bonds and mutual funds investing as well. Guess what? At American IRA, you can do both. Join me on today's webinar to learn how. This presentation is for educational purposes only. American IRA, headquartered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is a neutral third-party administrator on behalf of the custodian New Vision Trust Company, a state-chartered trust company based in South Dakota also, and does not offer investment advice or endorsements. We are not responsible for statements made by others, and references to we and us refer to American IRA only. We encourage you to do your own due diligence and consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decisions. Well, hello once again, and welcome to noon on the East Coast and for 9 a.m. with our friends over on the West Coast and all of our friends in between. We thank you for joining us again today for another IRA Cafe webinar powered by American IRA. I'm Kyle Moody, and I get to play a dual role today, not only your host, but also your presenter today for a quicker than normal webinar, but one that is got a topic that we're excited about here at American IRA, and most definitely how folks have really been excited to use this tool that we've had for a while, and now we are ramping up our new version of it. So we will get to that in just a second. So here we are, a week before Thanksgiving Eve. Has everybody got those turkeys yet? Remember, if it's in the freezer, depending on that pound, you might want to go ahead and start pulling that out. They got good guides on there. Butterball, 100 million fans, can't go wrong. So hope you're getting ready for the holiday. If you are traveling, be safe out there, and feel free to let us know what you're doing. And as we always enjoy hearing back from our clientele, remember, if you are looking to get any information with us or connect with us, you can do that on our website, www.americanira.com. And there we go. We got that up for you there. Got some great educational information for you on there. Any of your social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, if you see us on there, stop for a little bit and like us on everything. I guarantee you our marketing team is working over hours to put some great things out there for you. And also YouTube, if that's your thing, we got a great page out there. So subscribe and see all of the past podcasts, past webinars. Again, a mountain of knowledge on there for you. We're taking next week off as there's going to be some people traveling and getting ready for the holidays, but we will be back the following week. So plan to join us at noon Wednesday, and that's going to be December the 3rd, where we will welcome Miki Gabriel. And Miki is the CEO of Wealth Financial Flowers. She is somebody old school back from Wall Street. And so she uses that information that she's had all those years in her experience, and now is helping to educate folks with her expertise. So anyway, we look forward to having her here in a couple of weeks. Well, here we are today. And so, as I said, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter presentation today because we're only going to really talk on one quick topic that we want you to know about. So we'll go ahead and get the program up here. This is going to be about brokerage in your self-directed retirement account. There you see it there. And so really what it is, it's just a crash course on this, okay? And what we're talking about is, from time to time, you've always heard me say, hey, what would you think if you knew that you could invest in a piece of real estate, have tenants in that property, that thing is going to be income producing, and then all of those profits are coming back in, and you're not going to have to worry about paying any taxes. Now, if that's going to be in a traditional account, you won't notice or realize the taxation until one day when you're taking a distribution. But if you've got that in a Roth account, you're not going to notice those taxes ever. Great thing, huh? And if, by the way, if this is the first time that you joined us, or this is the first presentation at all that you're learning anything about a self-directed IRA, I can tell you more about that, and you're going to have some contact information for me directly at the end. So just hang on for a little bit. We're going to make sure that you get that information, but love to be able to speak with you, have a meeting with you, and see how we can assist you on this. But specifically today, we're talking about the brokerage in an account, because all too often people go to self-directed IRA companies, and what they generally hear is, well, we only specify in or specialize rather in the non-traditional assets, and there might not be the option for you to have an equities brokerage account. Okay. Predominantly, people aren't going to come to self-directed companies for that. But what if you knew that with American IRA, you could have both? And that's what we're going to talk to you about today, and the benefits. So real quick, you saw my bumper that came out there earlier. How I'm not a fiduciary. Okay. So anything that you hear from me today, I'm not giving you any tax or legal or financial advice, suggestions, or opinions. Rather, again, it's just an option that you have that you can take with American IRA. And just like any of these options, whether it is the alternative asset investing or the more traditional stock brokerage investing, you want to make sure that you are connecting with your financial provider, your tax professional, who is going to be able to give you the, hey, what is going to be the taxable event, if any, on this? What makes the most sense? What should I invest in? None of that are we ever going to be able to tell you. We are just going to do as you legally and lawfully direct us to do, per IRS rules and regulations, to move your funds into an asset class that is going to be deemed appropriate by the IRS. So just keep that in mind here as we go through. All of these are just educational tools, and no advice coming to you. So today, what are we going to talk about? Real briefly, for those that are joining us the first time, we'll make sure that we cover really quickly what a self-directed IRA is, and then that brokerage account within the IRA, how it works, and the benefits of it. And that's really going to be where we're going to get into the why. Kyle, I see that this is a great option to have, but why? And that's what you always want to make sure that you are looking at when you're opening up, well, really any type of account, but a self-directed account, and now with the brokerages, always measuring your why. What are you going to get out of this? Just we've got a little scenario there on the investment strategy, and then how to get started with everything, and then we'll go ahead and let you get on to the rest of your day and week, right? So really quick, what is a self-directed IRA? Well, remember, a self-directed IRA is an IRA. An IRA is an IRA, whether it's at Edward Jones or Morgan Stanley or Northwestern Mutual or here at American IRA. Okay. And everything that you might know about the parameters surrounding an IRA, contribution limits, when you can take a distribution, 59 and a half, if it's a traditional IRA, the age 73 for the required minimum distributions. All of those things mark the foundations of what makes an IRA an IRA. A self-directed IRA, the differences is all about the applicability. Our clients generally are going to be investing in real estate or doing private lending, or even getting into syndication deals and in the form of private equity investments, notes, tax liens, precious metals. The list goes on and on. And remember, it's not so much about what the IRS says that you can do with a self-directed IRA. It's just about the handful of things that you can't do with that. We won't jump into that today. If you have any questions about that, you can always email me or give me a call later. It's going to give you the tax advantages on, as we talked about, whether something's going to be tax deferred or tax free, and then all of the different asset classes that are out there. But one of the great things is being able to also now with American IRA bring back in that public platform in a sub account underneath your self-directed IRA umbrella. So this is basically going to let you get into do your buy and sell of your publicly traded stocks and securities that you can't do with the self-directed IRA. So keep in mind, At Schwab and Morgan Stanley and all these other places, when people think that they do have a self-directed retirement account, well, not exactly, because if you want to invest in real estate at those institutions, they're not going to custody those types of asset classes. Just like here at American IRA, these specific account types, or these retirement vehicles, if you will, held directly with our custodian, we're not going to hold the public stocks. And that is why we now offer the sub account version with Interactive Brokers that is going to allow you to do those stocks, bonds, mutual funds trading that you're looking for, and that short list of options. So it gives you all of that access. So how does it really work? Well, now listen, if you've always worked with us, if you're one of our clients from the past, longtime client, number one, great to see you on here. And for those of you who are new, might have a new account and haven't used it yet, everything is going to remain the same because it's basically an asset class. All right. So you're going to open your self-directed IRA with American IRA, and then comes the funding of that account. Remember, if you've seen this flow chart before, everything must flow in a certain pattern. So there's always the application, there's always the processing of everything. Everything goes through compliance. We get your account open in just a couple or 3 days. And then is the funding. Now, whether that's going to be a rollover from an old 401k account, or if it's going to be a transfer from a traditional or a Roth, whatever the retirement vehicle may be, we're going to make sure that that gets funded as quickly as possible. And then you may find that, okay, you're coming to American IRA because you know you want to get into a real estate deal, but you might not have that property in mind yet. You haven't seen that property. You know that there's going to be a capital raise call coming in 60 or 90 days. With you, you may have missed one in the past and you want to jump in on another one in the future. Or let's say that you've transferred in from another company and you do have that real estate. And so those funds are coming in and generating from rental profit, if you will, and that's going to be sitting in that non-interest bearing trust account. Well, you might say, look, I want to make sure that I am maxing my self-directed retirement account as much as possible. And to do that, I think I really want to also, in the times where I'm in between deals, or if I don't know what deal I want to jump into next, or as I said, the assets that I have right now are producing income. What can I do with that money so that I don't have to take it outside of my retirement account? And now you have the ability to do that with American IRA. So let's take a look at it and see actually the why, the speed, the actual benefits to you for having that sub account in your self-directed account. Historically, in all the different companies out there, if you wanted to take your funds that you had been earning those profits and move those back into brokerage, you were having to take that out. There's fees associated with that. We're no different than anybody else. But then there's also the time lag. How long is it going to take you to get your funds back over to maybe where your funds originated from? Well, now imagine if you were able to have that same brokerage option along with your self-direction, all under the same umbrella. So now you've got the flexibility that, hey, I can move money down into my new Interactive Brokers account. The speed, think about that, is that now nothing has to move anywhere. It is now me just literally telling my transactions custodial staff that I want to move funds from these profits that are coming in and put it down into my new Interactive Brokers staff. And keep in mind too that once we set up that account for you, okay, you're going to let the transactions team know that you want to set that account up, which we will get that taken care of for you. And then there's going to come the funding of that. It's going to be just like anything else, where there's going to be the direction of investment letter or packet that you'll get into the transactions team, and they'll fund that account for you down there at your direction. And then you will be interfacing directly with the Interactive Brokers folks, not us. Remember, that's going to be another asset class. That's going to be your interaction with you and the team at Interactive Brokers. But it's faster because you know that it's going literally from your account at American IRA down into that Interactive Brokers account through that vacuum of the self-directed retirement plan. And since you're keeping that all in that retirement vacuum, remember you are investing in any of those stocks, bonds, mutual funds, any of the options there with the self-directed funds. Okay. So it's going to be no different than how you're going to be able to, or what you're going to be able to invest in when using it for your non-traditional assets. Okay. It's the same funds, in other words. So therefore it does give you that control as well. Now look, hey, you're down there, you're investing, and now you know of another option that's coming available for you that you want to get in on, whether that's going to be a capital raise, whether it's going to be another off-market real estate deal to where you want to pull that money back in. You can do that. And then it's just going to be the same investing as you have been. The direction of investment letter for the real estate investment, working with the transactions team, everything going through compliance, signing off, and so on and so forth. So you have, as we've always said to folks, when you are investing with a self-directed retirement account, now you have really diversified your portfolio, coming in from more of a traditional house to now, and you've got those stocks and you've got those funds working for you in the stock market. And at the same time, you also have those same retirement dollars, but they're going to be working for you in real estate, private lending, and again, those non-traditional assets. Well, maybe this is almost like a diversification of a diversification, okay, to where now you can put those funds back down into that publicly traded stock vacuum there. And you've kept it all under one umbrella. So that's a really cool tool to have. It really offers you really the flow that you're able to do it. Okay. Now keep in mind, it's not a buffet of all the different more traditional investment houses out there. It's Interactive Brokers, but our team will be able to go through the process with you and make that as seamless as possible. And if you have any questions about that, if you're a current client of ours, remember you can call that main number, 828-257-4949, and let them know that that is something that you'd like to get started on with your account, and they will get you to the appropriate party to take care of you on that. I want to do a case study here just to read, and I'll actually read this through to everyone. There may be some folks that are listening to us and they can't see the slides. They may just be listening to it. So you will, hopefully you'll get something out of this. And if this is you, or if this is something that you want to get into and you are not a current client with American IRA yet, then this is something that we can definitely talk about on a sales call together. So here's the background. Sarah, a 48-year-old investor, used her self-directed IRA for real estate and private lending. After selling a property, her IRA funds sat idle while waiting for the next deal, earning little to no return. Now, the challenge was she wanted a way to keep her IRA money working between investments without transferring funds out or losing tax advantages. So as a solution, American IRA helped Sarah open a brokerage sub-account within her self-directed IRA. This allowed her to invest in stocks, ETFs, and the mutual funds between deals, keep all activity tax advantaged and under one IRA, and quickly move funds when a new opportunity arose. Now, as a result, Sarah invested $100,000 in dividend-paying ETFs, earning around 4% annually while waiting for her next private deal. When ready, she sold her positions and funded the investment immediately with no delays or transfers. So the takeaway from all this is a brokerage account within your self-directed IRA keeps your money active, flexible, and growing, bridging the gap between alternative investments and traditional markets. So that is the case study that we had on that for any of those that couldn't see it. And so, you got your common investment strategies here: building a diversified stock portfolio within your self-directed IRA, investing in index funds or ETFs for the long-term growth, remembering that it is the sub-account, everything's all under the same umbrella with American IRA, using dividend reinvestment to compound your returns. So however that grows on there, every single bit of that can come back in, and now you hopefully have more funds that you're going to be using on your next investment. Remember that just as we talked about earlier, depending on the account types that you have, whether it's a traditional where these funds are going to grow tax deferred, and then you'll pay the taxes on the withdrawals in the future, or whether this is going to be done with a Roth IRA. So any of that growth, there's no taxation on there. Now, remember that since it is a type of tax sheltered program, being a self-directed retirement account, it's still a retirement account, and you're not going to notice any of that taxation while the funds stay inside of the retirement vacuum. So now, how do you get started with everything overall? Well, once again, you're going to open up your self-directed retirement account or transfer that in from another party, whether that's going to be one of our competitors out there, whether it's going to be from the more traditional houses. Because remember, again, if somebody is coming from the Schwab or the Morgan Stanley or Edward Jones platforms out there, it's because they now want to really exercise investing in things that they have more control over, like that real estate or doing those notes. And when those profits are coming back in, this sub-account brokerage is going to allow those funds to stay in-house for the clients, to where they can interface directly with that brokerage platform. Okay, you're going to fund your account. All right, so again, whether that's going to be the rollover from an old 401k, 457, 403b, or a TSP, I call them my 4 plans. Okay, you know that's going to end up being a rollover of some sort, or whether it's going to be a transfer in from a traditional or a Roth. And remember, there may be just some folks that if they're getting started, they're going to look to make their annual contribution. And keep in mind, for the remainder of the year, anyone 49 and under, those contributions on an IRA is $7,000, and anyone 50 and older gets the $1,000 catch up for a max total of $8,000. Complete the interactive brokers account setup. Again, it's just like any of the other paperwork that we have. You will be filling out, putting together the it's the brokerage paperwork, but again, it's the direction of investment letter packet that you'll be working on with your transaction coordinator. And then there you go. You're going to be moving on, investing with your new brokerage sub account. So that's it, folks. We wanted to keep it short and sweet, and also let you know this is how streamlined we can make this for you. Our team is already standing by and can, if you are a current client and you're looking to go ahead and start getting your interactive brokers account set up, you can give us a call. The main number for that, again, is 828-257-4949. If you've already got that relationship with your transactions team member and you've emailed them before, by all means, you can email them and let them know that you've heard about this, or you saw us today, got this information on the webinar, and you'd like to move forward with that brokerage. Again, if you are brand new and this is the first thing that you have heard from me or from our company, and if self-direction is something that you know that you want to move forward on, then that's what I'm here for. And that other number above there, which is actually right below my email, is 828-412-8123. That's going to come directly to me. And I am never too busy for you, and I'm never too busy for any of your wonderful referrals out there. You can also reach me directly via email at Kyle, Kyle, at AmericanIRA.com. So since we won't be together next week, on behalf of our entire staff at American IRA, I'm Kyle Moody, and we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. May it be a safe one in all your travels. Everybody return back, and we look forward to seeing you back here on December the 3rd. Don't forget remember, we're going to have Miki Gabriel on that show. And anytime between now and then, always catch us on our website at AmericanIRA.com. Anytime you want to get some great videos or some education in your downtime and over the holidays, look us up on YouTube, like any of the or subscribe there, watch any of those videos, and then like us on any of your social platforms. So until then, we look forward to seeing you. Have a great rest of your week.